Hi, Stephen Fortner here from Music Player Network, and today we're going to be unboxing the SSL SiX Compact Super Analog Mixer. This is going to be the first of a series of videos I'm going to do today. We're just going to have the unboxing experience and an overview of the panel. But if you've heard about this mixer, you've probably asked yourself, why would anyone in their right mind pay $1,500 for a compact mixer with just a few inputs on it? And I can tell you that after having had my hands on this for a while, I'm wondering why anyone wouldn't. It really is that good. It has a way of making everything I put it sound more like what it's supposed to be. Not fake, cheesy analog warmth, but just tighter, more focused. It's kind of like a bento box of all of the features that make full-format SSL studio consoles that cost more than your house so desirable. Let's take off the wraps. That wonderful vacuum resistance of taking off a virgin box cover. It's kind of an Apple-like unboxing experience. I mean, that's kind of what they're going for. You have this liner here, you have the snazzy little brochure with all of SSL's legacy in there. You know, cool console horn. Right? It's angled inside here in such a way that there's room underneath the thing for all of the accessories. So we have our accessory pouch, we have our 15-volt power brick with the chunky 4-pin XLR connector. It's good that you have an external power supply on a piece of gear this compact because it keeps the magnetic field noise of your power transformer away from the audio circuitry. So this is it. This is the SiX. The core input component of the SiX are these 4 channels. The first 2 are what SSL calls their super analog channels, which are mic or line or high Z instrument. You're not going to find any of those combo jacks here. We have separate 1/4 inch and XLR inputs. XLR for mic, 1/4 inch for line or high Z. These have a 2-band EQ on them that is switchable with between a bell curve and a Sheldon curve with different center frequencies for each curve. In future videos, I'm going to get more into that in detail. Then you have inputs 3, 4, and 5, 6, which are stereo channels with just gain and balance controls that are, of course, ideal for keyboards. But there's even more inputs than just looking at the front panel would suggest, because you have these external inputs over here, which basically they're just what they sound like. They're 2 more stereo inputs. They don't have their own gain faders or knobs, but you could conceivably use them because they fold down to the main mix. You could use them to plug in 2 more synths if you're a synth freak like me, and they fold into the main mix and can be routed elsewhere as well. Up here we have a real bonus, the G-Series bus compressor, which was made famous on their 4000 series, G-Series consoles. This is the final touch on a lot of hit mixes. Used a lot. It can provide some nice audible compression. Used a little, it's a nice pre-mastering type of touch. This is the kind of thing I'd expect. As a matter of fact, the whole mixer is the kind of thing I would expect to see in a high-end rack-mounted channel strip that might in fact cost more than the $1,500 that the SiX does. Below that, we have a very comprehensive fold-back and monitor center section. And in a future video, I'm going to get into all of the features and all of the routing that this is capable of. Master fader over here. But suffice to say for right now, you can route signals every which way with the SiX. Looking over to the back panel, we have main mix, main and alternate monitor outputs. We have a bus B out. If you were watchful, you might have caught some buttons as I was showing you the front panel that said bus B. Yeah, there's a whole second bus, in addition to the monitor buses, in addition to the main bus, that you could use, for example, for a split. If you're making a live recording of a gig and you're running these to your PA, you could run these guys to a recorder and make a board tape, basically. Ever seen DB25 8-channel connectors on a mixer this small before? I haven't. These are goes-inas and goes-outas for all of your inserts. A hallmark of SSL design is that channel inserts and bus inserts are always sending. The send and return portion, the send portion of the send and return is always sending. When you activate an insert, it basically turns on the return portion of the signal loop. So channels 1 and 2 on the SiX have these inserts, and several buses to which you can send other things have inserts as well, and that's what the DB25 connectors on the back are for. Now this is just an unboxing video, so we're not yet going to get into all the applications for this type of thing, but you could use the insert returns for tape returns for mix down from a DAW. In the user manual, there's in fact a diagram that shows you how to do just that, as well as other applications. And the sends include sends for channels 1 and 2 for, I believe, bus B for the main mix, insert sends for most of the buses in the SiX. So you could use this in the studio ahead of an audio interface. Again, for some reason I plug my keyboards into this thing and I don't know what's different between this and plugging them right into my Universal Audio Apollo interface. But somehow it just makes everything a little tighter and bigger without any kind of exaggerated, gimmicky warmth or stuff that some other manufacturers love to talk about. The last thing I'll mention before we get into future videos is build quality. Thick metal, nearly 8 pounds, thick ABS cheek blocks here, just absolutely built like a tank. I'll have to say, if the coronavirus makes it the case that we don't have any more gigs and society completely breaks down, we all turn into kid old mutants riding around on motorcycles, you hit someone with this thing, and you're gonna eat well. Join us for more SSL SiX videos on Music Player Network.